Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this week's Sketch Sunday. So this week we have a lovely sketch, another sketch by Allison Davis for Scrapbook Generation, and this week the lovely Nicole chose the sketch, and I decided to interpret that lovely large circular element as a cut file, because as you know, I was mentioning recently, I've been cleaning sort of through some of my older stash, and I had a whole bunch of cut files, pre-cut cut files from kits. And so I sorted through all of them, put some of the little small ones in a photo box on my desk so I can go into them frequently. And the others I sorted in page protectors and put them in one of my Alex drawers so I could think about them a lot more. And I did. For this one, I have this lovely wreath. And so I just sort of in the back did, with a little bit of mist and a paintbrush, I used Palm Reader from Shimmer's Paints. And I sort of did a backdrop for the cut file, so a big watercolored type or mist-colored type circular element, and then I did some splatters in that same Shimmer's mist. And then I got my cut file out, and I did some watercoloring. I went in to get my watercolors. I have a lovely, lovely set, the St. Petersburg White Knights that I've had for years. Hang on, let me show you. Go. So you see the St. Petersburg White Knights, and I bought these years ago now based on a recommendation by the lovely Irit back in the day when Irit was transitioning from scrapbooking into being a full-fledged watercolor artist, which she is today, and she is actually amazing. But she recommended that I get this as a sort of very affordable, but nonetheless very high quality set, and it has been amazing. I don't need anything else. This is perfect for my use. And on here I used let me see, I used the light cadmium red, and I used they call it here yellowish green, but it really is sort of a bright, a nice bright spring green. So, and I just did a little bit of watercoloring on the wreath. Then I went to get all sorts of gorgeous NicoleJones911 florals, my beloved number 5, but finally you can see here that I'm using a few others. Finally, flat to the page popped up, and this sort of helped me glue the cut file down as well, with a lot of dimension and curling because of the watercolor. I did go in and add a little bit of glue, liquid glue here and there, mainly on these sort of berries. So I put some there so they would be a little flatter, and on a little bit of the leaves so that they wouldn't be too you know, flopping in the wind kind of thing. And I really, really, really love this effect. Now, I guess I've sort of, because I've got these down already, because I was doing this overnight, Chopin's not been very well. So we had a bit of a night, and it always calms him when I scrapbook. So we sort of did this late at night, and I wasn't sort of thinking too much. I was in my mixed media zone, so I got all of this down before even putting the photos. So we might have a little bit of a challenge here. Now, the photos I have, and I did pop some of these lovely Nicole Jones butterflies as well. And if you recall me telling you before, sometimes when the printer does not cooperate, you can get some really gorgeous sort of happy accidents, and that's what's happened here. And I have a couple more over on the side. This is going to be just a fun little page. I've been in the spring cleaning mood lately, and I've been doing a lot of organizing, and my alphas were quite shameful, actually. So you can see here, they were just all in an Calyx cube. There is a big plastic bin under there where there were quite a few of them organized properly, and then just tons of these on top. Spread them all out all over my desk one afternoon and just decided to get them all organized, and here is the end result. On the top bin here, I have all the white, navy, black, gold, silver, and brown, sort of, I guess, what to me is neutral, and I think there might be a couple of gray in there. And then in this bottom one here, I have them sorted by color, and a section at this end for the multicolored letters. So doesn't that look so much better? So I've really been moving along, and I have one more sort of bookshelf to do that has, I've done one area of my punches. I have one more area to do all the 6x6 and 6x8 paper pads and another little bin. So I have one more sort of small bookshelf, which is next to my Calyx unit to do, and then I will be able to give you a bit of a tour of that whole area. So without further ado, let's sort of look here. Now, if you look at the sketch, there are sort of two photos and a very small one. So I don't know whether I will do just the two and then maybe a 6x12 insert. This is just going to go into my sort of passion scrapbooking album. So we started this way. Now you see this ideally should be popped under here, but see, I sort of, so let's sort of pop it like that. And this would then go here. I put it on top. No, because I really want to see that. Can I lift this up a bit more? Oh, I can. There we go. And sort of pop that there. But that doesn't really leave any room for this one. So it's sort of leading us towards, unless I cut this and then just pop the end result on the top. With that, now I can definitely reprint this. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get these down. There, let me get that down, and then we'll see how we can finish this. There we go. Get that sort of down there. Okay, and they have a long title here. Now, the thing, as I say, I could reprint this, so I'm thinking, would I maybe, oh my goodness me, I know you're all cringing, aren't you? But I just pop this. Yeah, I don't like that. That takes up too much space. It would have to, these would have had to have been smaller. These photos are about 3 by 4, or a little bit smaller, so they are bigger than in the sketch. But yeah, you see, I don't like that. So either we will just, so we'll figure it out. Either I will reprint that, or I will get that into maybe a little pocket page insert. Oh, that's an idea. I could do just a little flip insert in my album with sort of the end result, because really, the whole thing about the spring cleaning and spring refresh, which I think is what I would like my title to be, is the process. So it's fun to see the end result, but I don't necessarily need a whole layout about that. So those photos are down, and notice I have not matted them this time. Now, you see, what I was thinking of for my title was sort of spring with this, and refresh maybe in these lovely mini markets. Now, let's try. I don't have an S, but we can, let's turn an 8 into an S. I do that quite frequently, and then we will do that, sort of like that. I hope you're seeing that. That makes it quite easy, and it does. I mean, if you look closely, you could see. I should probably, you know, trim this a little bit more. Oops. Yeah, see, let's just leave it so that I don't destroy the letter. But that turns it into turns an 8 into an S fairly easily. And I'm thinking, let's see if we get spring here. Let's bring it down a bit more. There we go. Hopefully that will fit in nicely. R-I-N. Yeah, I think it will. It's going to pop out a little bit. It's going to be, can I get that in a bit further? Yeah, I can actually. Let's pop that in a little bit further. I mean, you'll be able to see what it is anyway. Yeah. Let's bring this over a bit. That's maybe a bit much, but, you know, I think we can all tell what it is supposed to be, and it won't be popping out quite as much, although I may put a little embellishment there just so that it's not sort of sticking out like a sore thumb. There we go. So we're going to do spring. Okay. Spring refresh. And I am going to use these down here for refresh. So it sort of gets it pretty much where the title is on the sketch. Oopie. Try and do that. There we go. F-R-E. Spring refresh. There we go. How have you been, my friends? How has your week been? I've been a little bit quiet on here this week. There's going to be quite a bit coming up, though, on the weekend. I'm going to try and catch up with a few things. We have today, Sketch Sunday, and another lovely celebratory hop today as well. And then, of course, it is the end of the month, so some reports to you on my collection obsession and how to kill a kit with style, and we'll get some plans up for May, which, as you know, is May I Scrapple with You. Lots of stuff going on. So there we go. Now, how about, yeah, see, I'm going to pop that, some more butterflies right there. And I think that sort of brings it up and finishes that quite nicely. Now you see again here I was just sort of doing, and I knew I wanted to get some butterflies there. They sort of all look a bit, I wish I had thought of doing, let's see, can I just move them a bit? There we go, so that they're not all sort of pointing, there we go, the same way. That makes it a little better. Now, do I need anything up here? Maybe, should I just pop floral there? And do we need a camera? I could maybe pop that under here. Oh, I think I might like that. What do you guys think? That might just finish it off. It's going to be a little bit busier, I think, than in the sketch. But you know what? I kind of like that. So let me pop this in here for sure. Get that there. We're going to pop this up on foam so that I can tuck, I think, that little camera in there, which is from Bramble Fox, of course. We'll get a nice little bramble fox piece on there. It's like that, and we'll tuck this under here a little bit. Yeah, I do, not too much, just enough. Yeah, let's just pop that under there. I will take the paper off while you're watching. I don't have my liquid glue here, but at least I'll be able to put it sort of exactly where I want it before we say goodbye, and then you will still see the completed layout. And of course, please make sure you pop on down below. It's Sketch Sunday, so Crystal, Nicole have videos for sure, Brianna as well, Sandra over on Instagram. I will have all of those linked down below, and there you go. So in the end, I quite like that. When I actually put the sort of background together before coming on here with you, I really had no idea what photos I was going to use, and I had several options. So this is a rather sort of pretty layout for the subject, but you know what? I love it. It's very scrapbook related. I've got a lot of fun little techniques on here and a lot of fun different kinds of supplies. Very, very old supplies, things that I've gone and sort of dove into my stash. So I just love the outcome. So again, my friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for all your lovely, lovely comments. I have been a little bit lax this week in responding. I will try and catch up, but please know that I have read all the comments, and they have definitely helped me through a bit of a few difficult, more difficult days, and I'll give you some updates on that a little bit later. But for now, all is well, and I will see you back here very, very soon. And again, don't forget to go see what everybody has for you today. Bye for now, friends.